So I was at a Vipassana meditation training with Venerable Agachita Bhikkhu, and that was some years ago. I remember in one of his Dharma talk, I recall him saying, the meaning of life is to bring mindfulness to who you are and why you're in this world doing things. So at that time, I was like, what? That there was a big question mark in my head. So, but nonetheless, I just took down his notes and I went on with the practice. Now, the Dharma practice in Cantonese, it's 𝙬 𝙀. So when these two words 𝙬 𝙀 put together, it means practice. But what are we really practicing? 𝙬 means mend, repair or build. 𝙀 means conduct or behavior. So when you put the two words together, 𝙬 𝙀 means practice. So it is a practice to repair, mend and build our conduct and behavior. And you put your palms together and the heart there, that is the gesture when you do the practice. And it starts with the self. After many years of practicing, reading and listening to all the Dharma talks from different teachers, contemplating it in my own meditation teacher, what he said as well. The meaning of life is to bring mindfulness to who you are, why you're here in this world and doing things. I finally understand his profound teaching. And it's just beautiful when you just have this aha moment, wow, life is beautiful when the meaning of your life is the reason of your being, because they're not separate, right? The essence of who we are physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, it's to awaken our inner fire. And this means to awaken our inner fire is by awakening the four aspects of our being. Our inner fire, it's like a personal compass, an inner compass, or you can call it a guiding principle. It leads us and lights the path for us to why we're doing this and what we're doing. The meaning of life, it's really who we are inside us, our true essence, and it cannot be lost. So it's not about finding something, but really coming back to awakening our heart, awakening our inner being. It is a realization, and when you find that realization, it's freedom. And then you can have the freedom to choose how you want to express yourself in this world, in the society. And then you get to choose how. You want to create your path and your destiny. And how you want to bring values, purpose, and meaning to your life. Right? The true power in realizing who you are and the deepest level, and your essence of who you are, the essence of being human, is really by accepting the truth of who we are. See, most people do not know who they are. Please don't get me wrong, right? We spend our lifetime attempting to be somebody we're not, all right? For me, it was almost 40 years attempting to be somebody I was not. And I don't even know who is that somebody I was trying to be. Okay. And often we get confused and mistaken by the title we hold, the role we play as a mother, as a child, husband, wife, or employee. And we get lost. We get really disconnected from our being. as we get more and more attached to our belonging, the title, the role, and whatever that is outside of us. Okay, I remember, I think about 2 years ago, I was being interviewed by this Otago Access Radio, the local radio station. And after listening to that broadcast, my brother-in-law sent me a text message because my name was mispronounced several times. So he said, you should really tell them how to pronounce your name. My name is pronounced as Aini, but a lot of people call me Aini, Ani, Aini, you know. And then I replied to him, I said, it doesn't really matter how they want to call me or what they want to call me, because that doesn't change who I am. The essence of who I am is not dependent on my name. It's not dependent on the title. It's not dependent on the role I play. Okay. So we really get to identify with ourselves and with what is outside of us, and we forget what's inside, you know, the essence here. And when we get too identified with what's outside of us, we often get lost in this journey called life, right? Life is a journey. And I have come to realize that life is really, really beautiful when you really understand the meaning of your life and the essence of your being. And the truth is, it takes time. It takes your willingness to do so. The real power really comes from accepting. Okay, acceptance comes with the practice as we build our conduct, repair our mind, and put all this together to find out who we are while we're here in this world and doing the things and, you know, what we are capable of becoming. The truth is that we cannot fully accept who we are until we realize who we are not. And until we realize that suffering is not being the truth of who we are. That again is suffering, right? But when we move into our being, the essence of who we are, we move beyond suffering. And this means that we also move beyond our ego self. The sense of self, the sense of who we are in the essence, is the higher self. But the ego self, the sense of the ego self, is a sense of self-importance. Like me, myself, I, and what's mine, right? Everything that's me. So the ego self comes from the 5 hindrances of life: desire, aversion, restlessness, worry, and doubt. Right? But I'm not going to go into details on these 5 hindrances. But this is where self-judgment presents itself, and that leads to all the anxiety, the stress, the blame, unforgiveness, resentment, and all sorts of unpleasant emotions. And this brings suffering to our life. When we are able to move beyond the ego self, we say that we are in flow with ourselves. We are in alignment, in harmony with ourselves, and in harmony with the universe. So all the 4 aspects of our being is moving into one direction forward: our physical, our mental, emotions, and spiritually. Right? We're moving in one direction. let me just ask you a simple question. Have you ever come to realize that sometimes when you're physically tired, but your mind is telling you, I have to do this, I need to finish this, this is due, and then emotionally you're feeling dreadful, angry, and all sorts of things. So, and that means that physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, they're all on different directions. They're all going in different directions. That's why you feel disconnected, lost, and this journey in this life. The Chinese proverb that I like to use to describe this is someone kim chật pak. Okay, I'm not very good at Cantonese, but that describes precisely the meaning of lost souls. You're lost. You do not know who you are, what you want in life, and what's the meaning of life, and why you're here. So to find the core of our being, the essence of who we are, is a journey inward, a journey into ourselves, into our heart and our mind. So it's a journey to discover the essence through all the four aspects, because the four aspects acts as the window to come into the body, to come into our heart. As we explore every square inch of that, all our experiences, the ups and downs, the highs and lows, the pleasant, unpleasant, and all the neutral feelings. Okay. As we explore these in our journey called life itself is our teacher, right? Everything that we encounter is an experience that we gain. Through our experience, we also uncover our own values, our passions, and we discover the purpose of who we are and the meaning of our life. Carl Jung says, your vision will become clear when you look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes. So we really need to courageously bring ourselves together to journey into ourselves, to bring mindfulness to who we are and awaken our inner fire, then to transform our life, right? And we transform from the inside out, not from the other way around. So before I go on talking about the 3 steps of how you can transform your life, I want you to really think about what I'm about to share with you. What is it in your life that you want to transform? Really think about it. Is it to be more successful or to be happier? Then what is successful, right? What does it mean to be happy, right? Now, success to me may not be success to you. So when you say successful is subjective to everyone. So what is successful to you, right? What does it mean? What is it that you want to transform? Is it true that success brings happiness, or happiness brings success? Now, does happiness depends on what's outside of us? Think about it, evaluate. Because my experience, I thought I was successful, right? That was many years ago. I had $1 million house. I was sitting high up in the corporate ladder as a director and shareholder of an engineering company, consultancy company. $1 million house with swimming pool, with sauna, with jacuzzi, with gym, and all that. And I think I remember that I was also the only person in the corporate ladder and as a director to sign checks. So Was I happy then? The answer is no. And I've got to be very honest with you, And that's why I'm here now, teaching mindfulness meditation. I realized that what's outside of me cannot make me happy. Right? I was trying, climbing up the career ladder, to be sitting high up there, to realize that was not what I really want, and that was not what makes me happy. Because really, if being successful and happy means having more money, but we can't bring it to our graves, then what's the meaning of life? And I do question myself then, at the start of my own journey, my own transformation. I question, what's the meaning of life? If life is to wake up, eat, go to work, play, live, love, sleep, and then die, then why are we not happy, right? That is because the real meaning of life, that is not the real meaning of life. So the meaning of life is to bring mindfulness to who you are and why you're here in this world doing things. And these are not my words, right? This is what I learned from Honorable Agachita Bhikkhu. Joseph Campbell described it as finding your bliss. Now, Sadhguru talks about inner re-engineering. So we really need to come back to transform our inner being and then transform our life. Okay, we need to transform ourselves first before anything can change in our life, isn't it? So if you want to transform your life, you've really got to take this journey inward. Okay. I'm sure you also heard about the famous Albert Einstein saying that insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So to awaken our inner fire and to transform our lives, it takes our willingness, effort to go within, to listen to your heart, and to find out the meaning of your life, the meaning, the reason of your own being. And sometimes I reckon that we are not human beings. We are human doing. We are always told to do this, do that. You should be this, be that. And we're always doing and doing. So please, again, don't get me wrong. I've been there, and I've come to realize, and that's why I'm here, sharing my experience with you. We can't take 5 minutes to be with ourselves. 5 minutes to be with our breath, 5 minutes to be with our body, our mind, and our emotions. I have been also taught from young that caring and loving for myself is selfish. But today, I think it's the other way around. I think caring for myself and loving myself is an act of love, right? Because we can't possibly give what we don't have, right? I can't give from an empty glass, right? The care, the love that I give has to come from an overflowing glass, right? Come from within. That means to say that if we are not unconditionally accepting and loving ourselves compassionately, we can't possibly give that to the people we care for, the people we love, because we're not sending that energy. It's simply knowing that if you only have $5 in your pocket, that's the only thing. That's all you can give, right? You can't give more than $5, right? So that's what it means. You have, if you want to give, it has to come from yourself. You have to start loving yourself unconditionally and compassionately before this unconditional love can radiate out, to the people you love and the people you care. And in this sense, sometimes we instill all sorts of conditions to ourselves, right? You got to be this for people to love you, which is true. I always thought that I need to be somebody or something, or I need to achieve something for people to love me. So what is life all about then? And there is this word, it's called ikigai. It's a Japanese word that translates to the reason for being. So according to the Japanese tradition and the Japanese concept, that every one of us has an ikigai. Finding it requires us to go deep inside, and it's a lengthy process in search of self. So such search is regarded in a Japanese tradition as being very, very important, because it is believed that the discovery of one's ikigai brings satisfaction, brings fulfillment and meaning of life. So the thing that keeps you, it's like the things that keeps you up at night, and the things that motivates you to wake up early in the morning, finding that sense of purpose, a sense of meaning. It's really who you are when it is coming from the inside. I say in my experience, it is like there's a fire, there's an energy that's burning inside. You just wake up and you just be, but the thing is, it's flowing very, very effortlessly. So it's not like I have to do this, but you wake up, you're naturally flowing, you do what you do, you brush your teeth, you wake up. For me, I'll pray and I'll do my meditation, and then you just start doing, and things unfold for you in a very effortless way. It's that energy that you send out. So when you're the same energy that you use, or that is sending out when you're doing your work, or for me, when I'm caring for my children, my husband, when I'm cooking, or when I'm folding clothes, it's that same energy, because you're just being you. It's you, right? To everybody, it's the same. But I also have to be very honest with you that in my own experience and in my experience of mentoring and coaching my clients and students, the self-transformation is not one without pain, but one who sees through it. Right? We really have to come and accept that it is also not about changing yourself, because there's nothing to change. You are already innately whole, right? All you need to do is to tap in, to know how to tap in to your own basic goodness, your innate wisdom, and awaken from there. Eckhart Tolle says that realizing who you are at the deepest level, okay? It is also not about acquiring more knowledge and skill, because those are external. Okay? What you want is to come back and tap inside and change, not by changing yourself, but awakening what's already in you. Right? Sometimes we really close ourselves out when things happen, So instead of sending or radiating the energy of love, we are radiating the energy of fear, energy of lack. So coming back to really tapping in to awaken our fire is a process of unlearning. It's a process of shedding the layers that doesn't belong, and shifting our consciousness to understanding the nature of our human experience, right? The universal truth, all right? Being human is like this. This famous quote from T.S. Eliot: "We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time." The three most important steps to transform your lives are: 1. You need to reconnect with yourself. 2. Accept body, mind, and emotions and the nature of our human experience. 3rd, you want to practice gratitude, and I'll explain how and why. Now, sometimes I like to put it as an acronym. So RAP, right? Reconnect with yourself, accept, practice gratitude. You want to RAP in all the 4 aspects of your essence. Now, the body, as a physical body, know that it is the temple and it is the gateway to our liberation. So you want to bring mindfulness to the body and really listen to the body and open the heart to listen to what needs to be heard. And the body keeps the score. Our thoughts and emotions manifest as sensations in the body. So get in touch with your body and listen to its wisdom, because our body itself is always present in the present moment, but our mind is not. Okay? Now our mind creates the reality of our life. So you want to bring mindfulness to your thoughts and emotions as well. To the mind, to our thoughts, notice, okay, become aware of the quality of your thoughts. Okay, when you are aware of the quality of your thoughts, and then you can consciously choose to shift your thoughts. Thoughts creates the arising of our emotions and form our perceptions. Okay. So remember that to allow your thoughts to come and go, just as Suzuki Shinro says, leave the front door and the back door open. Treat them as a visitor, but just don't serve them tea. Okay? You can let it come, let it be, and let it go. Now, our thoughts creates our reality in life, right? So according to psychologist Dr. Rick Hanson, he says that you can use your mind to change your brain, to change your mind. So do that, okay? Emotions. Our strongest and most habitual emotions are sometimes completely unconscious. See, bring mindfulness to the emotions, and you want to really understand what these emotions all are and to our feeling states, because 90% of the time our actions are based on our feelings. 10% of the time is used to justify our feelings. So sometimes I like to say it is not the circumstance that determines your reaction or your response, but how you feel about what happened determines your reactions and your response. So that the body keeps all the score. Your emotion manifests in the body. Research also shows that when you are emotionally activated, there is a 90-second chemical process that passes through your body, that happens in the body. So when you are emotionally activated, just stay calm, right? Recognize, acknowledge the emotions, And just stay with that for at least 90 seconds. Okay. After which, it is that person chooses to stay in that emotional loop. So become aware when you are emotionally activated. Acknowledge when you feel difficult, acknowledge the emotions, and see if you can also resource yourself and bring some kindness and compassion to yourself when it is difficult. Hold yourself there for a moment. Just breathe. Okay, 90 seconds. Now, as you bring mindfulness to the body, the mind, and the emotions, what we are doing here is we are cultivating awareness and developing composure. So when you're physically, mentally, emotionally calm and composed, spiritually you're calm and composed, okay? And you notice that you're innately whole, and awareness itself presents, awareness is there. So you want to accept yourself, accept the nature of being human, all right? Our human experience, our body, mind, and emotions. Our body is where we belong. So we want to really accept this body that carries us through life. Thoughts has no meaning, all right? You want to accept thoughts as thoughts, all right? Thoughts is transient in nature. We are the one who gives it the meaning. Just as emotions come and go like thoughts, because thoughts creates the arising of our emotions, right? So you want to accept that we as humans, we have a myriad of, as far as I know, 1,500 of emotions on the list. And that is what makes us human, right? Just imagine life without emotions. What would we be, right? Not too sure if you watched the movie Vampire Diaries. So you want to not switch off your humanity switch, right? Okay, practice gratitude. Now, to me, self-transformation begins with gratitude. Gratitude changes everything in our life. It is the nature of our human experience to have a body, to have a mind, to have all the emotions. So we want to be grateful for the body, mind, and emotions that we have. The body carries us through life, and the mind is a beautiful servant but a dangerous master, according to the Buddha. So you want to be grateful, right? Be grateful that you have a beautiful mind for you, right? So use it wisely. Be grateful that we can feel, we can cry, we can laugh, we can love, and we can learn. So let's learn to rap and dance with all this human experience. And that's why we're here in this world, in this society. Life is a journey, all right? It is not a destination, right? At the end of the day, every one of us will die, okay? So it's a journey, not a destination. And the journey is to learn and grow, all right? It's to experience life, live life to its fullest. And that means coming back to ourselves. So being grateful for our experience, the nature of being human, and all the emotions and thoughts that we have, and that means all the pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral experience, actually help us to realize who we are, the essence of who we are. Because without them, we won't realize that. Without them, we won't know what we like, what we don't like, what will make us happy, what will make us sad, what's our values and our passions, right? So all these come into play, right? The fact that we as human, we can't push away emotions. Emotions is there. If you want to push away emotions, then you have to push away all the pleasant emotions as well, right? Being grateful also helps to quiet the frantic mind. and opens the heart. Because the heart is that fire, alright? We're talking about awakening the heart and the fire. It connects us back to our essence, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and it helps us to awaken. All this put together is really to awaken our basic goodness, awareness, compassion, and wisdom. So what we're cultivating in mindfulness, we're really cultivating awareness. But if you're aware of it, what happens next, right? Compassion comes in because our heart is open, right? So whatever that we are aware, we're practicing self-awareness, practicing mindfulness. When we are aware of it, what do we do next? How do we relate to it, right? What's the attitude towards what's happening? And bringing that compassion. And when these two elements is there, wisdom comes naturally. So you want to be really grateful. And to be truly grateful for our body, mind, and emotions, acceptance is already there. You don't need to purposely go and accept something. And when you're grateful, you already accept it, right? You cannot be grateful and angry at the same time. Okay? So be grateful for this gift of life, this precious human body, and all the experiences that makes up who we are. Again, I want to repeat that the meaning of life is to bring mindfulness to who we are while we're here and doing things. And these are not my words, okay? The Buddha says, if the body is not cultivated, the mind is not cultivated. If the body is cultivated, the mind is cultivated. Alright, a lot of people think that mindfulness evolves around in the mind, but it is not, right? So mindfulness comes from the word Pali, the word chitta. And chitta translates to heart, mind. Alright, to me, it is to awaken the heart and liberate the mind. So it comes from the body, from the heart. So when you're awakening your inner fire, you're awakening the heart. Alright, the four aspects, the physical, mental, emotions, our physical body, the thoughts and the emotions, they are the windows, the pathways to come back to the heart, right? To open that heart. I just want to make sure that I have covered all the points that I have here for you. Now, once the heart is open, and we say that your inner fire is awakened. Because the heart knows what the mind cannot comprehend. So going inward is the best way to awaken our inner fire, to cultivate and practice awareness, cultivate compassion, to awaken that inner fire in you. Because we are all naturally compassionate, right? Sometimes because of circumstances, we close ourselves, we close our heart. When our inner being is composed, then our life is composed, right? So what is there to transform? Transformation happens for us. Life unfolds for us. Okay, there's no need to transform, right? Remember we talked about that, right? What is it that you want to transform in your life? When you are composed, your inner being is composed, your life automatically, naturally is composed. And opportunities, things unfold for you. Peace, joy, happiness, success comes to you, right? The more peace, joy, happiness that you give out, the more you're going to receive and the more you're going to attract. So these are energies that you send out. Just imagine how far you can go and how your life will transform when you do that. You know, you're sending out energies of love, being in synchronicity with the universe. The problem arises only when we are too attached to the outcome and that our present moments feel lacking. right? There is a desire, there is a wanting, right? When you say you want something, means you don't have something. That's why you want something, right? So desire and wanting creates more fear. And fear creates more wanting, creates more attachment. Then it becomes a downward spiral. Okay? So really, when we want something and we don't have, so no matter how you want to manifest, it just won't turn out for you because we're not in alignment. We're not in synchronicity. We're not in the same wavelength or the same energy with the universe. So, but when you are in alignment with yourself, you're in alignment with your highest good, it means that you are already in a state of conscious manifestation, right? Because you're in the present moment. So it is in you. There's no way of doing a manifestation on a purpose when you feel like, because it just don't work. It's the energy that you send out. So when you're in alignment with yourself, you're in alignment with your highest good, and that to say that you are already in a state of conscious manifestation. So whatever you think, just come naturally. Life unfolds for you, and the universe presents itself to you. So you begin to actually see the synchronicity of life that is unfolding, playing out for you, because you're in a state of receiving, right? You're in a state of abundance. The universe is abundant. And that's how it works. I just want to share a short story about how I became a mindfulness meditation teacher. So many years ago, I started listening to Jack Canfield and Tara Brach, and I really find myself resonate with Jack a lot. It feels like he's talking to me. So a few years back, when I was listening to one of his podcasts, this thought just came. I had this thought, I wish I can be like him, teach mindfulness. And that's how becoming mindfulness teacher came for me, with just one thought. I just wish that I can be like him. And after a while, I realized that there's this mindfulness meditation teacher training program, and it came into my Facebook feed. And then I just looked at it, I was like, okay, all right, is this what the universe is presenting to me? But when I look at the whole syllabus, and it's a 2 years training, and it was expensive, and so I thought, okay, never mind, I'll just put it aside. But it keeps coming back. So it came back for, I think, the second or third time, and somehow I just felt like, okay, I need to have a look at it, if this is of my highest good. So I looked through the whole program, and I saw that there is an application for scholarship. I thought, okay, if this is it, then I'll just do it. So I did. I submitted my application to be accepted, and I submitted my application for the scholarship, and I then put it aside. So after 3 or 4 months, pop, I received an email that I was accepted and that I got the scholarship as well. So sometimes you don't really have to, on purpose, to manifest for something, because when you're present, you're in alignment, you know exactly who you are, things unfold for you in its own way, for you, okay, not to you. So desiring our lives to be different require us to first accept ourselves, accept our being here, our body, mind, and our emotions, and accept our current being. Accept the present moment and be content, be grateful for what we already have. That's the paradox, okay? I reckon there are 4 different types of people around. those who walk from darkness to darkness, those who walk from darkness to light, those who walk from light to light, and those who walk from light to darkness. So you want to really re-evaluate, right? Are you walking from darkness to darkness, darkness to light to light, or light to darkness? We all have a choice. Destiny is really in our hands, But no matter how, we still need to be fortunate enough to have a mentor to guide us through. I have personally have many mentors and guide and teachers that's been guiding me, and I still have a mentor group. I still have a peer group that is guiding me. Right? It's a practice. It's a continuous journey. It's a journey, not a destination. All right. The reason that you're here today isn't just mere coincidence. So you're always where you needed to be. All right. So the universe is always sending us information, right? Whether we are aware of it or not, right? To be aware of it, you have to come back down, be in alignment, stay in the present moment. Things you see, you see, if you believe in angel numbers, you see things that are unfolding, you see the synchronicities of events that's showing up in your life. And you know exactly what's the next step, because your intuition is heightened when you come back to really back home. A body is a home. See, I also want to share that mentors doesn't have to be older than you. So listen, to the people around you. I have to admit that one of my mentor is really my son. So let me just share this story with you. He loves basketball. So basketball to him is everything. So last year he decided to try out for Otago junior boys team. He didn't get in. And as I was talking to him, he says, "Yes, mommy, I'm sad. But I believe it is not how it starts, but how it ends." I was like, wow. Just sharing this just brings me so much gratitude. And he also says to me that because one day I'm gonna be in the NBA. Amazing. All right. So if you feel that you want to work with me and that I can support you in one way or another, and you're ready to really give this a go, and you're ready to step forward and set forth an unshakable years ahead, transform your life and really come back, then I have an amazing package for you, Awaken Your Inner Fire, a transformative package which I will be showing you. Here's the amazing Awaken Your Inner Fire transformative package with 10 personalized one-on-one sessions with me, and I'll take you on an in-depth journey to reconnect with yourself and awaken the fire in you. You get to reconnect with yourself, practice acceptance, practice gratitude, and in this journey, a uniquely personalized transformative mentoring program, we will expand and dive deep into the aspects of self, where we will explore the virtues essential to living in surrendering to your deepest aspiration and experience the richness and fullness of your being every moment in this mindful existence. So this package includes also 10 personalized recorded meditations for your practice, downloadable journal, worksheets, assignments, and of course you have my support throughout the whole coaching, a lifetime Facebook group support, and a free copy of my coming book, The Walk to Freedom, Awaken Your Inner Fire, Find Balance and Clarity in a Chaotic and Stressful World. Plus, free access to all my recorded programs, talks, and guided meditations. This package is valued at New Zealand dollars 1,799, and if you sign up today, it's 1,179. So that's 35% savings. And on top of that, I will add on 2 additional sessions for you to establish a conscious intention and vision, and to focus and raise your energy and vibration. Our session will commence in January to June, so that's 6 months of mentoring, and I only have 10 spaces for the January intake. You can also buy now to get the discounted price and start within 4 months. Monthly installment is available from today to March, that's 4 months. So I would say the most valuable investment is the journey within. Excited to transform your life? Click on the link below and that will take you to my website where you can purchase your own transformative package. As a token of gratitude for being here today, I have recorded a gratitude meditation, Awakening Joy, for you. So use this meditation for at least 21 days. You see positive shift in your being. The link is at the description below, right? So thank you for being here with me today. May you all be healthy and loving kind.